Hi, this is Bill Rafferty, and I'm standing in front of the state capitol building in Concord, New Hampshire. It's quiet here today, but this just may be the quiet before the storm. For New Hampshire state officials have just made a decision that has sparked more outrage, shock, and controversy than any decision in recent history. Desperate for new sources of revenue, New Hampshire state officials have decided to levy a tax on a new and increasingly popular local pastime. Said local pastime, Jello Wrestling. What is Jello Wrestling? It's 1,200 pounds of cherry-flavored gelatin with two attractive women in it to win it. The state has declared that Jello Wrestling is an official sport and therefore liable to a 5% tax. But is it really a sport? The typical man on the street is understandably confused. You think it's a sport?
Well, I would think so. It's like everything else, like a turtle wrestling. That's a sport.
No, it's not like baseball. It's a lot of difference, I guess.
But you know, the state actually declared it to be a valid sport, so they could tax it. What do you think about that?
They'd tax anything if they could.
Would you go and watch Jello Wrestling?
No. Not unless they wrestle nude.
But that's kind of sticky, isn't it?
I know, but it'd be nice.
It's probably an acquired taste.
Local reporter Joel Blumenthal has watched this story gel from the beginning.
The major controversy, I think, is that people feel that this is another example of government intruding into their lives.
Sticking their fingers in the Jello.
Sticking their fingers in the mess.
Joel told me the man I really ought to talk to was Boxing and Wrestling Commissioner Bobby Stephen. This dedicated public servant can be seen personally supervising nearly every Jello Wrestling match in the state in his tireless effort to see that none of the new revenue gets away. I went to the Capitol to find out just how the state stepped into this very messy business. Senator Stephen, why did New Hampshire decide to tax gelatin wrestling?
We had a gelatin wrestling match going on in one of the clubs, and I knew nothing about this. So I took it upon myself to go on and to witness this. And I noticed the girls wrestling in a 10 by 10 foot filled with Jello. And I just inquired, and I says, did you people get a license for this? And they said, we thought we didn't need a license. So I said, this is under the Wrestling Commission.
Stephen was hilarious the first night he went. He walks in and looks at this ring set up in the middle of the bar and all these people around, and he says, I don't see a doctor at ringside.
So in this gelatin wrestling, I want to make sure the consumer is protected as well as the participant. Enough Jello, this is control. The consumer is sitting there, they can get hurt by riots.
Well, before you guys got involved, were there any riots then? How do you make sure that the state of New Hampshire is getting its just due here?
Myself or one of my deputy commissioners attend all these shows.
Well, it sounds like a thankless job, but somebody's got to do it.
It is a thankless job.
It's not easy dragging yourself to nightclubs night after night to watch attractive women in skimpy bathing suits grapple in Jello, but a public servant's work is never done, and Commissioner Stephen seems to be holding up well under the strain. Is the state in a sticky position here, or are they going to stand firm on this gelatin wrestling issue?
I've got myself involved into this. Now I have to carry it through.
Round one. Quick takedown.
Well, the sport of Jello wrestling may never replace baseball as the great American pastime, but as long as it's around, you can be sure that the state of New Hampshire will get its just desserts. Well, there you have both sides of the controversy. Is it sport or is it entertainment? Well, the battle still rages on here in New Hampshire, but it's not for this reporter to make that decision, but for you, the real people audience.